Sauerschön, guten Morgen, Styrian 3, Information Golf, request Styrian clearance to Zurich.
CRJ Zero, Styrian approved, runway 17, clear Zurich, flight level 120, level change. Frankfurt 1 Golf departure and squawk 723.
Setup is approved for the runway 17, cleared Zurich, flight level 120. Initially Frankfurt 1 Golf departure at the squawk 7234, Styrian 3.
7232.
7232, Styrian 3.
Okay, ready for the figures?
Ready.
We have a zero fuel weight 24794. Takeoff mass 27824. For landing 26534. MAC takeoff 25. That means 6.5 on the stabilizer.
5.
And 45 passengers.
45 passengers. Okay, copy it.
Thank you. Goodie. B4 start checklist.
Before start checklist, mobile phones.
Off.
Off, papers.
On board.
Hydraulic pumps.
Auto on.
Parking brake.
On.
Takeoff data.
Set for 28 tons.
Santa 55, ready to copy.
Go ahead, Santa 55.
Closed.
Santa 55, discharge,
Fuel pumps and
flight
quantity.
level 120, level
On and
change.
3,155
Try to get extra
kilograms.
departure,
Brakes and
squawk
bleeds.
1605.
Want engine start before start checklist complete.
You start right engine.
120, level change 1605, the squawk, Santa 55.
Correct.
Start left engine.
Santa 55, the wind 210 degrees to north 17, Santa cleared for takeoff.
Get the takeoff 17, Santa 55.
Left, center, right. After start checklist.
After start checklist, generator and electrics.
On check.
Lead valves.
Auto.
Packs.
On.
Probes.
On.
Rudder.
Check.
Checked. Nose steering.
Armed.
Ground equipment.
Clear.
Clear. Transponder.
Stand by.
After start checklist
Taxi,
completed.
please. Left side is clear.
Styrian 3 request taxi. Right side
Turn
is
3,
clear.
due to traffic, recleared for the 35, please. Holding point 35 Bravo.
3-5 and holding point 3-5. Via Bravo Styrian 3.
Correct and recleared, Klagenfurt 1 uniform departure.
Frankfurt 1 uniform departure, Styrian 3. So, this is okay.
Urban 1,
64.
3, radar 1193. Bye.
Thank you.
13 over radar, bye, Santa 55.
Set flip seat, please.
Yeah, we're shortly PEM dispatch. Dispatch from the Styrian 3.
Styrian 3, go ahead.
Hello, Lufthansa 87 November.
Ready.
Startup.
Your controls.
My controls, set
Lufthansa
thrust.
87 November. Start the engine in 5 minutes from now due to inbound traffic. Cleared Frankfurt. Flight band route, flight level 120, level change. Miligo to Golf departure and squawk.
Checked.
7247.
Lufthansa 87 November. Starting up the engine 2 minutes for inbound traffic and cleared Frankfurt.
80.
Golf.
Checked.
Flight 120, squawk 7247.
Level 120, the cleared level, and in 5 minutes only have 4 inbound.
100.
Climb level 120 in 5 minutes to start up the engine.
Pause
Okay.
on the front.
Speed mode, nav mode.
Styrian 3, radar 1935.
93, Samus 23.
Styrian to Golf, radio speed
Set time thrust,
210 knots
bitte.
or less. Descent flight level 120.
Level 120, use losing speed to 100, less tune to Golf.
Gazzetta, Servus 3, climbing 120.
Styrian 3, Servus, identified.
Flaps 1.
One set.
It is wrong, thank you, cut, tower 118.2. The tower, Servus, 0.
Flaps up.
Styrian to Golf, preceding aircraft is which type? Not less Styrian to Golf.
Level 48 now.
Check.
Climb
Styrian to Golf,
checklist,
negative,
bitte.
this was for Eagle 02, radio speed 210 knots or less.
210 knots,
Okay, check.
less
Fuel
Eagle 2.
cross for out of lead, CPU set enough, ignition off,
And Eagle 02, can you accept shoot on runway? Hotel Juliet Sierra Tower, setting 080, descent flight level 70.
Yes, setting 080 degrees, confirming descent level 70, Juliet, sir.
Styrian to Golf, descent flight level 90.
Level 90, Styrian to Golf.
Juliet, sir, can we start reducing speed to 110?
Hotel Juliet Sierra, descent 3,500 feet, NH 1022.
Confirming descent 3,500 feet, 1022, Juliet, sir.
Styrian to Golf, turn left, heading 080, descent flight level.
Transcom, Yakia, Stu
The column and clear of military.
280, check.
Thank you. Military activity.
Admiral 365 could identified. Styrian 3, direct Yakia now.
To the Yakia, Stu 3. Serbian Yakia. Suspect. I think we go even a little higher, maybe
320, so.
say 32340. We request 340.
Who is calling, please?
Styrian 3.
Go ahead.
We're requesting 340 as final, please.
Styrian 3, roger. Climb initially flight level 300, call it back.
And 300 initially, Styrian 3. 300 check.
Thank you. As on the Eddies, we fly ILS approach for the runway 14, so I take ILS 14. Via the Negra 1 Alpha arrival route, which is this one, and the last point, Amiki. I'll check the waypoints. Negra, Matif, Amiki, Zurich East. And then we go via Solo Hotel 701, Traserdingen for the final intercept. To runway 4 miles, point automarker substituted 2,730 feet. 2,730. And the runway elevation 1,402. It's okay. They missed approach. Straight ahead. Okay, are you ready for briefing?
Okay.
ILS approach runway 14, Zurich, Switzerland via the Negra 1 Alpha arrival. Approach plate is 11-1, it was August 2005. Localizer India Kilo Lima 108.3, pre-selected. Final approach course 137. The nominal sector altitudes based on float VUR, our approach sector 4,200, then 5,300, and missed approach up to 8,600 feet. Initial altitude is 4,000 feet until DMA 8.0, India Kilo Lima, which is final approach fix. Automarker substitute the DMA 4.0, India Kilo Lima, check altitude 2,730, this is inserted in FMS, down to a minimum of 1,602, 1,610 set as MDA, and 150 for backup as decision height set at both sides. The runway elevation 1,402. In case of missed approach, we climb on track 137, initial climb to 5,000 feet, DME 4.5 India Kilo Lima past the station, we turn left, max speed 210 knots onto track 360, to intercept radial 054, Kloten, past the station, continue climb to 7,000 feet, cross Zurich East, VUR at 6,000 above and intercept radial 097 Zurich to Amiki. Amiki we have a holding with right turns 277 the inbound. All inserted in FMS. We have a Flaps 45 landing. Vacation by Hotel 1 most probably. And further no specials.
Okay, I have no questions. The landing data is inserted 26.5 expected.
26.5, thank you. Briefing completed. So the speed on the runway, we ref 127.
Yeah, good, no question, thank you.
Thank you.
This is radar conduct, Styrian 3, descending 280 on Captain.
Styrian 3, hello, identified descent flight level 220.
Descending 220, Styrian 3. 220, check.
Thank you.
Styrian 3, contact Zurich 133, 9er.
123, 9er, Styrian 3, goodbye.
Zurück. Slot 412, climb flight level 2.
Radar conduct, Styrian 3, descending 200, away Captain.
Styrian 3, radar guten Tag, identified 3250, stand by below, click Negra 1 Alpha.
Negra 1 Alpha, descending 200 and speed 250, Styrian 3. Conduct Styrian 3, descending 130, over at Matif, speed is 230, information Quebec, SEL 65700.
Good, Styrian 3, arrival, fly heading 310 for a very long approach, runway 14, speed minimum clean.
Minimum clean speed on the heading 310, Styrian 3, long approach.
Correct, and minimum clean is around 210, confirm?
Yeah, 200.
Okay, danke.
Heading 240, for sure, check. 60.
Swiss 103, descend to flight level 80.
Level 80, Swiss 103.
Descend to flight level 90.
Sending 90, Styrian 3. 90, checked. 100, 1000.
Checked.
Left heading 280, steering 3. Heading 280.
Thank you. Final nav setup anytime.
Yeah, the final left setup is completed.
Thank you.
Final hello, steering 3, descending 80.
This is Styrian 3, final descent to altitude 6,000 feet, QNH1021.
Sending 6,000 feet, QNH1021, steering 3. 6,000 checked.
Styrian 3, speed now 180 knots.
180 knots now, steering 3.
Flaps 8, please.
Swiss 1103, reduce speed now to 160 knots.
Speed 160, Swiss 1103.
Styrian 3, reduce speed to 160 knots.
160 on the speed, steering 3.
Flaps 20. Non-standard flaps 30.
20 set. And non-standard flaps 30 set.
Speed until TME 5 and contact tower on 108.1 Severs.
18.1 speed on TME 5, steering 3 Severs.
Contact.
Contact. Zurich Tower, hello, steering 3 on the Atlas 14.
Styrian 3 tower, guten Morgen.
So, wind current is?
Wind current is off, please, yeah.
Okay, wind current is off.
Down the green.
Flaps
45.
landing check is completed.
Thank you.
Okay, this is 787 established Atlas 14.
This is 787 tower, good talk. Styrian 3, wind 050 degrees 6 knots, runway 14, clear to land.
Clear land 14, steering 3, check.
500 check.
Let's take city back and brake.
Autopilot off.
X33 tower on
Check.
Juliet, cross runway 28, contact apron, adieu.
North 28 Juliet over 3, turn it down to 6 to 6.
Ja, danke, gleichfalls.
Yeah, 11031.
Minimums 100, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Checked.
Go.
Air controls.
Three, 787, wind 050 degrees 6 knots, runway 14, clear to land.
Clear land on 4, 787.
Zurich Tower, this is Portugal 452, bonjour, full start with Styrian 14.
Portugal 452 tower, good talk.
Good talk.
Contact apron 101.85.
Apron 12185, Styrian 3.
10.
Apron, Grüezi, Styrian 3 on Hotel 1.
Styrian 3, apron, Grüezi, taxiway Juliet, hold short, runway 28.
Via Juliet, hold short, runway 28, Styrian 3.
And Australian 361, contact tower 118 decimal 1, goodbye.
118 decimal 1, baby, thank you, Australian 361.
Hotel Bravo India Sierra Foxtrot, apron, hello again, confirm ready?
Affirm, Sierra Fox.
Roger, Hotel Sierra Foxtrot, startup approved.
Start approved, Sierra Fox.
Shutdown checklist.
Shutdown checklist, chocks and brakes,
The brake is off.
electrics,
Set.
thrust levers,
Shut off.
4 Tango Papa,
seatbelt
request
sign,
taxi.
Off.
Lufthansa
Yes.
4 Tango Papa, taxi
fuel
to
pumps,
radar at your holding
beacon,
point runway 28.
also steering,
Lufthansa 4 Tango Papa, stay there,
Hydraulic
holding
pump 3A.
position runway 28.
transponder,
Standby.
mobile phone,
Off.
and engine oil level.
Okay, it's coming.
Shutdown checklist completed. So, Procon 20.
So the doors are closed.
Yeah, before start checklist completed.
Thank you. I'm gonna start the right engine. Number 2 is clear. Start the right engine.
Here press the button for the air turbine starter, which is powered by bleed air from the APU.
The engine start process on the CRJ-700 is basically the same as on the 200. We have just minor differences. The one difference is we have no ignition system what we have to switch on during engine start. It's an automatic ignition system. You can see it here, right auto ignition, and the system is working basically very automatically on the 700. Okay, and start left engine.
Here we have the icon that the starter is engaged.
Exactly, and very soon we will get the left auto ignition again. It's an advisory green message. If we put the thrust lever into idle position. The startup and limitations actually the same as on the 200. It's just working a little bit more automatic as on the 200 series. Okay, we have now 2 normal engine starts. The generators are on already. Okay. After the engine start, we switch off the APU because we don't need it anymore for the takeoff. That's also a minor differences on the 200. Most of the time we leave it on the 200. So the rudder check, rudder left, center and right. And now we switch on the nose wheel steering into arm position. And that's it. After start checklist.
After start checklist, generate and electrics.
Auto check.
Bleed valves,
Auto.
PACs,
On.
probes,
On.
rudder,
Check.
checked, nose steering,
Armed.
ground equipment,
Is clear.
clear, transponder
Taxi,
is
please.
on.
And the transponder
After
is
start checklist completed. Styrian 400, request taxi.
left side is clear.
Right side is clear. Turn to the right to taxiway Alpha for holding point runway 28, Styrian 400. Right is clear.
Left clear.
Check on the hydraulic page that the electrical backup pumps switch on automatically, which are 1B, 2B and 3B. Takes a little more time than on the CRJ-200 because the sleds moving first and after the flaps, and the flaps trigger the pumps to switch on. Here we consider we have the sleds in flaps 20 position and the flaps in position 8 degrees. And now I check the flight controls. difference that we have multifunctional spoilers. And the elevator.
Okay.
Flaps 8 set.
Thank you. As you can see, the Canada Jet 700 has sleds for sure. The positions for the sleds are sleds 20 and sleds 25. If you put the flap lever into one position, just the sleds are extending to position 20. If you put the flaps into 8 position, the sleds are staying in 20 position and just the flaps are moving to 8 degrees. And if you put the flap position into 20, the sleds automatically extending to 25 degrees and the flaps just moving to 20. Wanna take off here on runway 28 in Zurich. The departure route is the Vegas 1 Whiskey. It's more or less straight ahead on the left turnout in easterly direction later on. And yeah, let's maybe talk a little bit more about the takeoff itself. It's a little bit different between the 200 and the 700, because on the 200 series you have to set the exact takeoff thrust. If it is a normal takeoff or a reduced thrust takeoff on the thrust lever exactly to your target. You can see it here. On the 700 series, it's a little bit more automatic than on the 200. You have a so-called FedEx. The FedEx is controlling the thrust on the 700, and we have some more positions here on the 700 as on the 200 because of this FedEx system. We put the thrust lever for takeoff into toga position. It's the mid position here. And in toga position, the thrust is setting automatically to 86% N1. This is a computer thrust, which is giving us a little bit of reduction here out of runway 28. The longer the runways, the more you can reduce the takeoff thrust actually. If you want to set after takeoff the thrust to climb thrust, you just put the thrust lever into climb position. That's the first target here, and after you have the automatic climb thrust setting here on the 700, so it's a little bit easier to handle as on the 200. The third thrust setting here on the 700 would be the max power. Max power is just for unusual purpose. For example, if you have after takeoff an engine failure, we want to put it into max power because we need the max power, and that's for us the APR thrust. Normally we don't need the max power, only even if we have an engine failure or maybe a wind shear, negative wind shear after takeoff. Otherwise we don't need it. Cleared for takeoff. We're setting the thrust setting to toga, the thrust set.
Thrust checked.
Checked.
We want rotate. Positive rates.
Gear up. Speed mode, nav modes. autopilot.
Autopilot engaged. Departure Götze Styrian 400 out of 2,700 feet. At 5,000 feet, the left hand to dig is Styrian 400.
Okay, thrust set.
Checked.
Wing and color, tears on.
1,000.
Checked.
Climbing flight level 120 Styrian 400. 120 checked.
Flaps up. Hello, my name is Martin Strunz. I'm the commander today on this flight from Graz to Zurich and Zurich to Krakow and all the way back to Graz. And my colleague, Mr. Sandro, over there. And we are the crew today on this flight to Krakow. And so let's just talk a little bit about the CRJ-700 and the systems. Basically, the cockpit layout is more or less the same as on the 200. You can fly the CRJ-700 with the same type rating as the 200. It's just a small conversion course on the simulator and some line training flights, and after you can fly the 700. And it's more or less the same. So let's just have a look on the systems on the CRJ-700. If you have a look here on the upper pedestal, there are just some minor systems which are working a little bit different as on the 200. We have here the fire detection monitor test. It's much easier as on the 200. On the 200 you have a lot of toggles here. The 700 has just one push button. It's the fire detection Firex monitor test. It's much easier. Those here is brand new. It's hydraulic shut-off valves for the left hydraulic and right hydraulic. It's for the, if you have a look here on our hydraulic page, for the 1A pump and for the 2A pump. It's the hydraulically engine-driven pumps for the hydraulic, and we have the opportunity to shut it down over there in case of a high temperature condition, because it's during abnormal situations, if you have very high temperatures on the hydraulic, it's maybe dangerous, or gonna get maybe a little bit dangerous if we get very high temperatures within the hydraulic system because of a fire or something like that in the hydraulic system. The second one, which is different as on the 200, is the bleed air system. The bleed air system is working completely automatically. We have all those switches here. This is the bleed air system with the APU over there. The APU is the same as on the 200, and the bleed air system is working completely automatic. That means all those switches are set in auto position, and during the normal operations everything is working automatically. On the ECS page right over there we can see the whole ECS control. The panel actually, the screen is actually the same as on the 200, just with one difference. We have here the actual temperature here in the cockpit and in the cabin, and right over there, blue indicated, we have to select the temperature. That's much easier to control as on the 200, and we like it. All the pilots will like it, and also the passengers for sure. All the other things are the same. Here over there you can see the pressure controllers for the cabin pressurization. All the other things are actually the same here on the 700, and working completely similar like on the 200. If we have a look here at the center pedestal, here the automatic flight control system to give the autopilot all those inputs what we need to. We have here the master warning, master caution light for any case of abnormalities during flight. This is a stall test, ground proximity warning, and this one here is the engine push button in case of an engine fire. We have to push it and switch off the engine. If we have a closer look on all those instruments here, for sure you can see here the artificial horizon, glass cockpit, it's very nice. The altitude presently is 37,000 feet. We're cruising at this altitude. The speed a little bit above 0.77, it's a Mach speed. And for sure we're flying with the autopilot, the flight director over there. The heading, you can see it over there with the heading mark. And over there you can see all those informations what we have about our flight. For example, right now our present position is overhead Vienna. Here is Vienna Airport. Those are all the other airports, for example Budapest and over there Krakow already. Krakow is about 173 miles out. That means in 29 minutes we will land in Krakow. The next point what we are flying to is Jablonka. That's Arnav Fix, and we will reach Jablonka in about 17 minutes from now. Over there you can see a true airspeed of 461 knots. The ground speed, we have a little bit of a headwind right now, you can see it here. Outside air temperature minus 51 degrees and the total air temperature minus 23. Here's the engine control system. We have and one indication, that's the fan speed in percent. 85% right now on the left and on the right engine. It's synchronized. We have a synchronized button here to adjust the N1 or the N2 respectively. That's also new, and the 200 we didn't have this system. The ITT over there, 746 degrees presently in Celsius. And the N2 speed also in percent, 84.2%. Over there just some information about the fuel flow. We have a fuel flow of 735 kilograms per hour on the left and on the right hand engine. The oil temperature as well for the left and for the right hand engine, as well as the oil pressure. The fan vibration over there, if we have some vibrations on the engine. And we have a multifunction display over there. Those gives us information about all the airplane systems. For example, we can switch here to the ECS system. You have seen it before. The hydraulic informations, what we have here. All the electrics. Here is the AC electric system. Informations about the DC electric system as well. The fuel system, also very interesting for us. We have fuel used, for example, now 2,045 kilograms. That was from beginning of the engine start until now. The total fuel on board is now 4,090 kilograms. Is also indicated here on the left tank, right tank, and on the center tank. Next one, we have a look at the flight controls. You can see everything here, the sleds, the flaps, we discussed before, the ground lift dumping system, the spoilers, everything here, the rudder and the trim over there. NTI system, nothing on the right now, but you have the opportunity to switch on the cowl anti-ice system and the wing anti-ice system, and these are the selection valves. The door page for us, everything looks very good, everything is green indicated here, and on the 700, you will see it later on at the outside check, we have also a forward cargo door, that's new on the 700. On the 200 we have just the aft cargo door like here on the 700. That is more or less everything about the system here on the 700 and all those systems what we can select for. Then for sure, you know, the FMS system on the left and on the right hand side on the Canadair jet. It's also the same as on the 200, no major differences. The landing gear selector. And okay, 350 checked and heading 053 checked, thank you. So, further, we have the thrust lever for sure, for the left and right hand engine. Over there, the thrust reverser for the ground, and the flight spoiler. If we want to use the flight spoiler, we just retract it, or extend it I should say, and so we can adjust the descent rate, for example. Furthermore, we have the flap selector. I explained it before already. The normal flap selection for landing is 45 position or to 45 degrees. On the 700, as discussed before, we have also sleds to reduce the approach speed, and so we need less runway length, and also for takeoff it's better for us to have lower speed for rotation. Furthermore, over there the two radio control panels, also the standby radio control panel if we have some abnormalities. Right now we have selected frequency 132.355 and we are with Bratislava present on the radio. During flight, the radio panel is switched into auto position. That means we're getting automatic updates from WIUAs and DMEs, ADF, TCAS, everything on the gear, and the ATC transponder code 4410. This is also to control the radio panel. It's the same on the left and on the right hand seat, but also on the observer here. It's just the control panel for the observer seat. All the other systems here are the same as on the 200. We have many switches and toggles and everything over there. For example, for the yaw dampers, for the trims, to engage the step trim, the mag trim, everything on here, and also the IRSs. IRS is set to nav position all the time long during normal operations for sure. Here we have an extinguishing system for the cargo fire X. That means if we have a fire at the forward or on the aft cargo compartment, we may extinguish this fire with those switches over there, and then we have to land within 40 minutes, for example, at the desired airport for sure. One new system we have here on the 700 is the door system. Because the 200 series has just a normal cockpit door, this one is a little bit better because we have more opportunities to open the cockpit door and have more controls on the cockpit door procedure here. Okay, that's more or less everything new on the 200. Maybe one more thing I may explain it to you. It's the artificial horizon for the standby instruments. It's over there. Maybe you've seen it before, but most of the Canadair Jets 200, the old series, has just a little bit older systems. They are mechanically, and there is an altimeter and an artificial horizon, all functioning very mechanically, installed also here. this one is a new system. It's just an altimeter, an airspeed indicator, and the artificial horizon in one system. And it's working very simple. You can see here over there the indicated airspeed, 280 knots indicated right now, the Mach number 0.78, and we have set the Q and H to standard because we're flying in flight levels 1013. We're descending down right now, slight left turn you can see, and we're descending through flight level 318 right now. This one here is just to select the altimeter setting, and that's it. It's very simple and very nice to use, better than the 200. That's it actually.
Radar, hello, Styrian 400, descending flight level 110, inbound Kilo Romeo Whiskey with information Bravo CRJ-700.
Styrian 400, Krakow approach, good afternoon, radar contact for vector, flight heading 020 and descend flight level 110, expect visual approach runway 07.
Vectors for visual for runway 07 and left turn heading 020, Styrian 400. We have the field in sight and we are ready for visual.
Styrian 400, clear for visual approach, runway 07, QNH 1025, contact tower 123.25, thank you.
Cleared for visual, runway 07 and over the tower 123.25, Styrian 400. Krakow Tower, hello, Styrian 400, on a visual approach for runway 07.
Styrian 400, Krakow Tower, good day, you are clear to land, runway 07, wind is 080 degrees, 12 knots.
Clear to land, runway 07, Styrian 400.
Flaps 20. 1000. Checked.
Set.
Check 3000. It's must.
Checked.
200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
80.
Checked. Ja, nehmen wir den letzten, ist wurscht.
Check.
Styrian 400 vacate by Alpha, then continue to the apron. Stand number 1, report Marshall inside.
Vacate by Alpha, stand number 1 and call your marshal inside Styrian 400. After landing checklist, transponder standby 2000 weather radar off, flaps up, probes off, anti-ice off, ignition off, APU off, bleeds on engine, flight control panel reset, and a trim set at step trim 6.0. After landing checklist completed. Styrian 400, marshal in sight.
Styrian 400, follow Marshall instructions. Thank you, bye.
Until departure, bye-bye Styrian 400.
So now we want to make an outside inspection on the Canadair Jet 700. We are here in Krakow, the weather is fine. What we can see here first is the nose wheel section. We are looking into the nose wheel section over there. Everything looks pretty normal. The difference between the 700 and the 200 is that the 700 has the nose wheel always open if the gear is extended. On the 200 it is closed over there. You can see the wheel itself is a little bit bigger as on the 200. All in all, it's more or less the same. Here we have the angle of attack indicator. Looks good. The fuel panel, the lights, and over there the main gear. Everything bigger as on the 200. Looks all very normal over there. Here we have a shimmy damper. And over there you can see the slats. We have it just on the 700, not even on the 200. The slats are heated. If we need it, we switch on the wing anti-ice system during flight, and then the leading edge is totally heated. This here is the slat 20 position. The slat 25 position is a little bit more. The nav light, just the main nav light is on right now. Winglet section looks pretty good. The aileron and the flap is in 8th position right now. The main wheel here on the aft section looks very good. No hydraulic fluid, nothing. Alright. Here you can see the bigger engine, the CF34 C81 engine. And over there, the tail section, the APU inlet, the APU is off now. Nav lights and the tail section. The same things here, the cargo door, it's closed already. The main wheel, everything looks good. Very nice. One more time, we want to have a closer look on the main gear here in the front. Shimmy damper, everything looks good. Very nice. Good. This is the forward cargo door. It is already closed. And this one completes the outside inspection on the Canadair Jet 700. Thank you.
Cargo delivery, hello, Styrian 401, information Delta, request startup at clearance to Zurich.
Styrian 401, Krakow delivery, good afternoon, information Delta correct, QNH 1025 hectopascals, and directly from Krakow to Zurich via flight plan route, climb flight level 240, request level change en route, squawk 4532, and CTOT 1307.
Startup is approved to the runway 07, QNH 1025, cleared to Zurich, flight number 240, squawk 4532 and CTOT 1307, Styrian 401.
Correct for startup contact tower 123.25, thank you.
Startup the tower 12307, 12325, Styrian 401.
Good.
Tower hello, Styrian 401, request startup.
Styrian 401, startup approved, information Delta QNH 1025.
Startup approved, Delta is on port QNH 1025, Styrian 401. Styrian 401, request taxi.
Styrian 401, taxi, Golf, Bravo, Foxtrot, holding position, runway 07 as number 2 behind Boeing 737, Central Wings Company. And new squawk for you 1333.
1333, the new squawk, and we taxi Golf Bravo Foxtrot for holding point 07 behind the 737 from Central Wings, Styrian 401.
Austrian 597, give way to Canada Regional Jet Styrian Company.
Give way to the Styrian Austrian 597.
Seatbelt 2891, line up runway 07 and wait.
Line up runway 72891.
91, contact approach 121.07.
1107, 72891, bye-bye.
Thank you, bye.
direct course and clear for takeoff after takeoff 12107. Dziękujemy, miłego dnia.
Dziękuję, wzajemnie. Styrian 401 after departure to the right inbound Babco, cleared for takeoff runway 07, wind 080 degrees 12 knots, airborne call approach 121.07.
After departure, right turn inbound Babco, and after the when airborne 12107, cleared for takeoff runway 07, Styrian 401.
Correct,
Got
nice flight.
your control.
My controls, set thrusts.
Just set.
Checked. Checked.
Wave on, rotate.
Speed mode, heading mode.
53, clear, climb flight level 280, fly direct Sierra, uniform India.
Kraków, departure central 254, 253, przepraszam.
Go on top, bitte.
Direct course, climbing
Babco on top,
180
no,
initially.
execute, bitte.
Babco is on top.
Nav mode.
Nav mode. Departure allow, Styrian 401, coming 240, right turn inbound Babco.
Station
Time
calling
thrust,
Saigon,
bitte.
please.
It's Styrian 401, hello.
Styrian 401, Kraków approach, hello, identified on departure, fly direct Babco, stand by for shortcut to Oscar Kilo Romeo.
Kraków
Set time thrust,
departure,
bitte.
central 253, after takeoff, direct course, climbing
Can just
180 initially.
Central wing 253, Kraków
210.
approach. Witam, radar contact. Inbound Słubi, Sierra uniform India, climb flight level 280.
Direct Słubice 280, central 253, dzięki, jak nie wiem co.
Papa Alpha 01, continue descent to altitude 3,100 feet,
Flaps up.
QNH 1025, report 1 airfield inside.
And self visual approach 407.
Very close speed. Engage other pilots.
Other pilots.
Papa Alpha 01, Roger, clear for visual approach runway 07, left hand circuit, remind my frequency, QNH 1025.
Clear for visual approach 07, remaining your frequency 1025 QNH. Papa Alpha 01.
Styrian 401, fly direct Oscar Kilo Romeo, clear climb flight level 270.
Bricket 270, inbound Oscar Kilo Romeo, Styrian 401. 270 check.
Oscar Kilo Romeo.
100.
Checked.
Checked. Radar hello, Styrian 401.
Styrian 401, Bratislava radar, good afternoon, radar contact. Contact level 370 above the quadrator. XU 6SS, bye-bye.
Victory radar hello, Styrian 401, descending flight number 280 inbound Krabi.
Styrian 401. 401, mention radar identified, descend flight level 200.
Descending flight level 200, Styrian 401.
Styrian 401, record your speed.
320 knots indicated, Styrian 401.
Roger. Styrian 401, contact driver 120.750.
20750, Styrian 401.
Styrian 401, good. Antenna information, Delta current descent to level 110. Expect ILS 1 for approach.
Descending 110 and we have Delta on board, Styrian 401.
Roger. 61487, descend to 6,000 feet, QNH 1021.
Level 100
on crest heading, Unit Nicobar.
This is 1663, expect a long approach with a downwind leg later on, number 7. This is 1663, descend to flight level 90.
Ready, clear. Heading 160, speed minimum gain. Heavily 8210.
1000.
8210, about 45 track mass 2 touch.
Good afternoon, skin 603, passing 169 for flight level 16.
Established.
Left heading 160, descending 4000 feet, cleared for the Alice approach runway 16, reporting established, Styrian 401.
And cleared ILS 14.
Cleared for Alice 14, Styrian 401, roger.
Scanning 603, around 45 track mass, send to level 140.
Level 140, skin 603.
Check.
Airplane 8210, descend to flight level 80.
Take that part of it, Airplane 8210.
This is 1663, descend to 6,000 feet, QNH 1021.
Alright, cleared 6,000 feet, QNH 1021, Swiss 1663.
16 November Golf, turn left heading 160, cleared ILS approach runway 140, port established.
1000, checked.
Clear for left, maintaining a 160 now, Golf.
The 100, use speed to 140 knots.
Is it for November Golf?
Heading 180.
Left heading 180, descending 5,000 feet, QNH 1021.
Delta Bravo, descend initially to 6,000 feet, QNH 1021 and heading 180.
6,000 feet, initially, Delta Bravo.
Stand by for the current aspect on 7310. Westelijk vast.
Tower, good afternoon, Victor Papa Charlie, November Golf, my last 14, great land.
Victor Papa Charlie, November Golf, 6 Tower, good evening. After landing, the end is available.
Roger.
Minimums. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Your controls.
Styrian 401, right here, connect apron 11.85.
Right here, 1185, Styrian 401.
Big.
Apron Grazie, Styrian 401, vacating by a Hotel 1.
Styrian 401, apron Grazie, continue via taxiways Hotel, Kilo, Bravo, Juliet, hold short runway 28.
Hotel Kilo Bravo Juliet and hold short runway 28, Styrian 401. Styrian 401 on Juliet.
Styrian 401 on taxiway Juliet, cross runway 10, connect apron 11.75, bye bye.
Crossing runway 28 on Juliet and to apron 11.75, bye bye, Styrian 401.
Left side is clear.
Right side is clear.
Airplane 8210, ILS 14.
Airplane 8210, SIG Tower, hello, confirm your final approach speed.
Affirm.
Thank you.
Apron Grazie, Styrian 401 on Juliet.
Styrian 401 apron grid C, taxi straight ahead, second intersection to the right, wide taxiway inner to stand India 98.
We're inner to India 98, Styrian 401.
Helvetic 020, contact ground.
Ready to taxi.
Meine Damen und Herren, das Styrian Spirit Team freut sich, Sie auf diesem Flug nach Graz hier an Bord herzlich willkommen zu heißen. Unser Kapitän Martin Strunz wird uns in ungefähr 50 Minuten nach Graz fliegen. Mein Name ist Manuela, gemeinsam mit meiner Kollegin Sandra sind wir heute für Ihre Sicherheit und Ihr Wohlbefinden an Bord verantwortlich. Wir hoffen, Sie genießen den Service hier an Bord und wünschen Ihnen einen angenehmen Flug. Meine Damen und Herren, wir möchten Sie auch darüber informieren, dass dieser Flug in Kooperation mit Swiss International Airlines durchgeführt wird. Dankeschön. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Styrian Spirit Team is delighted to welcome you on board this flight to Graz. Our captain today is Martin Strunz and our flight time will approximately 50 minutes. My name is Manuela, together with my colleague Sandra. We are responsible for your comfort and well-being on board today. So please sit back, relax and enjoy our cabin service. We wish you an outstanding flight. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now inform you about international safety regulations. We would like to advise you that for safety reasons, the use of portable telephones is prohibited during the whole flight. We kindly ask you to turn off your mobile phones now. The use of other electronic equipment is not permitted during takeoff and landing. We would also ask you to observe the non-smoking sign. You are kindly requested to store your hand luggage and a compartment above your seat or under the seat in front of you. Dieses Flugzeug hat 4 Notausgänge, 2 im Vorder- und der Rechterkabine und 2 über den Tragflächen. Sie sind mit den Worten Ausgang, Exit gekennzeichnet. Leuchtstreifen am Boden führen zu diesen Ausgängen. This aircraft has 4 emergency exits, 2 in the forward cabin and 2 over wing. All exits are marked with the words Exit, Ausgang. Illuminated pass markers lead to those exits. Jeder Sitz ist mit einem Sicherheitsgurt ausgestattet. Bitte schnallen Sie sich jetzt an. Schieben Sie die beiden Enden ineinander und ziehen Sie den Gurt über Ihre Hüfte straff. Durch das Aufklappen des oberen Teiles können Sie den Gurt wieder öffnen. Each seat is equipped with a seatbelt. To fasten the seatbelt, clip the ends together and pull on the free end to tighten the belt across your lap. To release your seatbelt, pull up on the buckle. Über den Sitzreihen befinden sich die Sauerstoffmasken, die bei dem Druckverlust in der Kabine automatisch herunterfallen. In diesem Fall ziehen Sie die Maske zu sich heran, drücken diese über Mund und Nase und befestigen das Elastikband über Ihren Kopf. Legen Sie zuerst Ihre Maske an und helfen Sie dann anderen. A weight show seats are oxygen masks, which drop down automatically in the event of decompression in the cabin. If this should occur, pull the mask completely down, press it over nose and mouth, and secure the elastic band around your head. Put on your own mask first before assisting others. In Ihrer Sitztasche vor Ihnen finden Sie eine Karte mit genaueren Hinweisen. Meine Damen und Herren, wir danken für Ihre Aufmerksamkeit. In the seat pocket in front of you, you will find a card with further details. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for your attention. bleiben. Weiters möchten wir Sie darüber informieren, dass alle Styrian Spirit-Flüge als Nichtraucherflüge gefällt werden. Dankeschön. Ladies and gentlemen, for your own safety, we recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened during the whole flight. We would also like to inform you that all Styrian Spirit flights are operated as non-smoking flights. Thank you. Meine Damen und Herren, wir möchten Sie gerne auf Swiss Travel Club aufmerksam machen. Sie können als Mitglied bei diesem Vielfliegerprogramm auf allen Styrian Spirit Flügen Meilen sammeln. Anmeldeformulare dazu sind bei uns an Bord erhältlich. Für nähere Informationen stehen wir Ihnen gerne zur Verfügung. Dankeschön. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to inform you about Swiss Travel Club. Members of this frequent flyer program can collect miles on all Styrian Spirit flights. Application forms are available on board. For further information, please contact one of your cabin crew. Thank you. Wir bitten Sie nun, die Rücken in Ihrer Sitze senkrecht zu stellen und das Tischchen wieder hochzuklappen. Dankeschön. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please adjust your seat back to the upright position and fold at the table? Thank you. Mesdames et messieurs, nous allons bientôt atterrir. Assurez-vous que vous êtes bien attachés et que vos bagages sont bien placés. Nous vous prions de redresser le dossier de votre siège et de relever la tablette.
Ganz normal
so lange angeschnallt sitzen, bis das Flugzeug die endgültige Bergposition erreicht hat und das Anschnallzeichen über ihrem Sitz erloschen ist. Es war uns ein Vergnügen, Sie heute nach Graz zu begleiten. Das Styrian Spirit Team verabschiedet sich nun von Ihnen. Verbringen Sie noch einen schönen Abend und wir hoffen, Sie bald wieder an Bord begrüßen zu dürfen. Vielen Dank und auf Wiedersehen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Graz. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the aircraft has reached its final parking position and the fasten seatbelt sign above your seat has been switched off. It was a pleasure for us to accompany you on your flight to Graz today. The Styrian Spirit Team would like to say goodbye to you now. We wish you an enjoyable evening and hope you will fly with us again very soon. Thank you and bye-bye.
Light slope. Pull up. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up. Sink rate. Pull up. Terrain. Pull up. Don't sink. Don't sink. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Gear. Too low. Flaps. Too low, terrain, light slope.
Minimums 500, 200, 100, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Wind shear, wind shear, wind shear. Too low, terrain. Caution, terrain. Caution, terrain. Terrain, terrain. Pull up. Caution, obstacle. Caution, obstacle. Obstacle, obstacle. Pull up.
Graz Tower, guten Morgen. Lufthansa 3641, request startup. Temperature 10, 2.10. QNH 1021. Here Houston München, flight level 1. Good morning, information Bravo. Expect on a 35 landed 17 to departure, transition level 5.
You obey, overheat.
0350. Wind 160 degrees to knots, visibility 8 kilometers. Right wing. Clear 400 feet, scale 4,000 feet, total 5,000. Temperature 2.10.
I expect the Milgo to Golf departure, that's the page 10-3 Delta from 30 Juli 04, effective 5th August, transition altitude 4,000 feet. Execute initial turns is max 205 knots and a bang angle of at least 20 degrees. The routing 17 out, clamp on 168 track, when passing Graz and 3,500 feet. Turn right, 350 heading and intercept Graz radial 323 to Milgo. Check distance 18 Graz at above 8,000 feet. Further routing according FMS or flight plan. Emergency briefing between 0 and 80 knots. You may stop for any malfunction. You have the controls. You stop.
Idle, reverse brakes, watch the auto deploy of the spoiler, become the complete stop, set the parking brake, recall items in place directly after you and from the tower and from the cabin.
Okay. Between 80 knots and V1 you may stop on your decision on red lights, yellow lights, engine fire, engine failure, unsafe configuration. After V1, I continue speed mode, heading mode, hull strength mode, initially to the Graz VOR. From the Graz VOR, we fly on radial 133 outbound and accelerate at 2,100 feet. When passing altitude hold, final takeoff speed, max continuous thrust is on automatic to the FedEx. Flaps on schedule, further climb up to 4,500 feet in this sector. When reaching, we handle the appropriate checklist. Abnormal checklist, and the normal checklist. And after request, radar vectors for the relining of the runway 35 ILS approach.
Wir haben ziemlich zweimal gesagt, dass ihr an der Q und der nächste
Wir haben Wet Runway, so Wet Reduction macht ein Knoten aus. Ich habe auf die Runway Wet Tables genommen. Und wir können trotzdem nur voll flexen. Ergibt 82,9%. Sonst noch other extras for departure. Cowl Anti-Ice on, Lader on, Wing Anti-Ice dazu. Wir haben 10 Grad. No other extras. Briefing is completed. Any questions?
Alex, ignition is on. Before takeoff checklist. Before takeoff checklist. Cabin report. Received. Cabin crew. Advised. Transponder. Is on. Ignition and anti-ice. Ignition is on. Anti-ice off. Haben wir Cowl anti-ice? No, brauchen wir noch nicht. Okay. Lights. On. CAS and BTMS. Checked and clear. Before takeoff checklist completed. Ready. Air controls. My controls. Set thrust. 141 is rolling.
Thank you, Wilcom.
Thrust set, thrust checked. ED checked. V1 rotate. Positive right, ear up. Speed mode, nav mode. Ganz wieder einen schönen guten Morgen, Styrian 141.
Styrian 141, schönen guten Morgen, Radar Contact Camp, Flight Level 130.
Good up, level 130, Styrian 141. Level 130 is checked. Set climb thrust, set cowl anti-ice on. Climb thrust is set. Cowl anti-ice is selected on. Speed 200 knots.
Welcome 101, descent flight level 70.
Status 70, welcome 101.
Styrian 141, level 190, climbing 260 inbound to Rasta.
Grüß Gott, Styrian 141, identified, clear to the Sazlburg VOR.
Danke vielmals, direct to Sazlburg, requested final level 320 bitte.
I have to bring you Sazlburg at 280 again, still interested in higher.
FM.
Stand by, west, crossing right to left.
Styrian 141, Nova Sazlburg, level 280.
Styrian 141, good morning, identified, you squawk 3623.
3623, Styrian 141.
morning, identified land by level 170. Are you able to cross Coburg?
Das Ticket für den Rücken.
Styrian 141, descent flight level 110.
Get down level 110, Styrian 141. 110,
descent flight level 110.
Speed 250.
Radar Lufthansa 899. Lufthansa 899, go ahead. Just to confirm the frequency for us 12755. Lufthansa 899, Langen radar 127.5. 127.5, Lufthansa 899, thank you.
Stuttgart, einen schönen guten Morgen, Styrian 141, level 100, descending down 80, inbound Delta Sierra 432.
Styrian 141, good morning, radar contact, continue descent altitude 4000 feet, QNH 1023.
QNH 1023, cleared down to 4000 feet, Styrian 141.
Excellent, 4150, reduce 170 now.
Reduce 4000 is checked.
1023, reading 10,300 now.
Checked.
Descend approach checklist, please.
Seatbelt sign is on. Cabin crew is advised. Pressurization is
Excellent, 4150, turn heading 100 kVLS.
CAS is on heading 100. Checked. Landing that.
Styrian 141, turn right heading 340.
Right heading 340, Styrian 141. Heading 340 is checked.
Okay.
Continue right heading 050, clear LS.
050 and clear LS, approach runway 07, Styrian 141. Heading 050 is checked.
Altitude capture.
Stuttgart heading towards Coburg, look to passing flight level 74.60.
Localizer capture.
Checked. Contact on my side.
Contact.
Over to tower 188 and 170 to the outer marker. Styrian 141. Stuttgart, schönen guten Morgen, Styrian 141. 10 miles, runway 07.
Styrian 141, tower low, one departure head, speed is fine.
That's on capture, missed approach altitude.
5000 is checked.
Flaps 1.
Flaps 1 set.
Flaps 8.
Flaps 8 set.
Excellent 4150, rated left ear, Delta November, contact on 118 estimates.
Descent 70 to the outer marker is done checked.
Flaps 20 set.
Styrian 141, wind 040 degree 7 knots, clear to land runway 07.
Clear to land runway 07, Styrian 141.
Gear down. Flaps 30.
Flaps 30 set.
Flaps 45.
Flaps 45 set.
And the landing checklist, please.
Cabin report is received. Ignition.
Is off.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Thrust reversers.
Armed.
Landing gear.
Down and green.
And the flaps.
45.
Landing checklist is completed. We are cleared to land.
Dankeschön. 500 checked.
Checked also.
Autopilot off.
Checked.
200. Minimums. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
60, my controls. Checked your controls.
Styrian 141, vehicle left here, Delta November, and contact ground 118.6 Servus.
Left hand Delta November and ground 118.6 Servus, Styrian 141. Correct.
You're on guard.
Styrian 141, guten Morgen, taxi via November and India, hold short of Mike.
Via November and India, holding short of Mike, Styrian 141.
Excellent for 150, contact apron on 1217, always.
1217, on exit 4150, cheers.
Receivers 7 Styrian 142 Servus.
Servus.
Ready.
Good.
Thrust set. Takeoff thrust checked. Rotate. Positive rate.
Key up in it.
Sky 105, wind 040 degrees, 6 knots.
Styrian 142, low climb flight level 140, high speed approved.
Climbing level 140, high speed approved, Styrian 142.
Data go.
Climb thrust set.
Speed 200. Flips 1.
Flips 1 set.
Flips up.
Flips up set.
Vertical speed. Engage autopilot.
Autopilot engaged. München Radar, schönen guten Morgen, Styrian 142, Level 69er, climbing level 140 to Malab.
Styrian 142, guten Morgen, identify.
Gentlemen, welcome in the cockpit of our CRJ-700 on our morning service from Stuttgart to Graz. My name is Alexander Link and my first officer is Mr. Robert Federer. Some information concerning our flight from Stuttgart to Graz. Just still in the climb, our final requested level is flight level 310. We are presently in the level 260. We are cleared presently level 290 and waiting on a further clearance up to 310. We departed in Stuttgart to the
northeast on runway 07. And the departure route goes straight ahead on runway heading and then with a right turn direction to Munich. We are presently on the way to Munich. We reach Munich in about 5 minutes from now on. Total flight time from Stuttgart to Graz is today calculated with about 52 minutes. Remaining flight time for the time is 33 minutes. So we will be on time in Graz. The further routing after Munich is then via Salzburg and Zeltweg to Graz. Now climbing above the clouds. There is presently is the weather nice here, but overhead the Alps we expect cloudy conditions below us, and also the weather forecast for Graz is not so fine. We expect a low cloud base and up to moderate rain showers. The departure weight in Stuttgart was around 28.5 tons. We have 34 passengers on board, and total capacity of this aircraft is 74 passengers.
Level 290, Roger, Meiser.
Climbing with a speed of 320 knots or Mach 0.77. It's also our cruising speed, Mach 0.77. And during the descent we will have about 320 knots or Mach 0.77. The maximum takeoff weight of this aircraft is 34 tons, around 34 tons, so that's 10 tons more than on the CRJ-200. They have about 24 passengers more capacity on this aircraft, on the CRJ-700. Presently we are flying with this CRJ-700 the Stuttgart rotation in the morning and in the evening, and between these two rotations we are flying with the CRJ-700 from Graz to Zurich, further on to Krakow, back to Zurich and back to Graz. So that's the 3 rotations we are presently servicing with the CRJ-700, and during the summer season we take this aircraft also for the charter flights out of Innsbruck, Salzburg and Graz to some destinations in Malta or in Ibis, or we are going from Innsbruck to Heraklion, Greece, or Rhodos and Kos, also in Greece. Okay, briefing, ALS, runway 35, center in Graz, page 11.1, 19th March 04. Sector altitudes based on Graz, we are the highest in the southwest with 8,100, in the north 7,600, and in the Mr. Birch sector 4,300. Frequency is 110.9, is pre-selected on both sides. Final approach cost 348, initial altitude well it's 3,500 feet. Automarker check altitude 2,265, going down of a minimum of 1,289, 1290 and 150 set as reminder. Mr. Birch, climb straight ahead and passing distance 3, Oscar Echo Golf. Turn right, max 185 knots. Inbound to Gleichenberg NDB and climb to 3,500. Expect radar vectors for LS approach. Probably the cowl anti-ice and continuous ignition on during descent. And flaps 45 landing idle reverse out via Delta. And we are starting the APU when taxiing in on the apron.
When taxiing to the apron, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So That's it. Questions?
No questions. Das letzte Wetter kriegst du sofort.
Ja.
Center flight level 100, Styrian 142. 100 is checked.
Ja.
left heading 080.
Left heading 080, Styrian 142. 080 is checked. 1000
checked.
Radar load of 5 Charlie, fast 229, descending to 130.
Lufthansa 5 Charlie, Servus, identified runway 35, information echo.
Copy, take it 35, 5 Charlie.
Localizer captured.
Checked. 45 set. Lieutenant runway 35 center, Styrian 142.
Und landing checklist bitte.
Cabin report.
Received.
Ignition.
This continues.
Bitte?
Continues.
Yes. Off. Fast reversers. Up. Landing gear.
Down and green.
Flaps.
45.
Landing checklist completed. Clear to land.
Zero information airborne 30
Checked.
19-3, right?
30 Vader 19-3, break, to
Checked.
push,
Checked.
23.
Hello, Kraz. Delta Charlie Echo again. Delta Charlie Echo, guten Morgen. 200 degrees, 3 knots, continue. We continue.
200.
Echo Charlie Lima Alpha, confirm we are cleared direct 17.
100. 10.
80.
Checked.
Turn 142, Delta Apron, Marshall, Servus.
Delta Apron, Marshall, Servus, Styrian 142.
Echo Charlie Lima Alpha, after landing we request one touch. Delta Charlie Echo, wind 220 degrees, 3 knots, 35 center, clear to land.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Styrian team is delighted to welcome you aboard this flight to Salzburg with our flight to Paris. Our captain is Mrs. Cotronier and our flight time to Salzburg will be 40 minutes. My name is Sonia and I'm responsible for comfort and well-being for today. So please sit back, relax and enjoy our cabin service. We wish you an outstanding flight.
Dame in gospodje, spoštovane potnice in potniki. Styrian Spiritu vas lepo pozdravlja na našem letalu in potrudite se. Bitte beachten Sie das generelle Rauchverbot auch während des Fluges. Dieses Flugzeug hat 4 Notausgänge, 2 im vorderen Bereich der Kabine und 2 über den Tragflächen. Sie sind mit dem Worten Ausgang Exit gekennzeichnet. Leuchtstreifen am Boden führen zu diesen Ausgängen. Jeder Sitz ist mit einem Sicherheitsgurt ausgestattet. Schneiden Sie sich bitte jetzt an. Schieben Sie die beiden Enden, ziehen Sie die Maske zu sich herab, drücken diese über Mund und Nase und befestigen das Elastikband um
reduce 230 knots, continue descent level 200.
Reduce 230 knots and descend to flight level 200, Styrian 871.
Styrian 871, descend level 100, be level by Omako.
Descend flight level 100 to be level by Omako, Styrian 871.
Gotham 1288, montée niveau 190, croisière. 190, croisière, Gotham 1288.
Victor Novembre, nous sommes toujours point au point direct Épinal dès que possible.
Victor Novembre, route Roland-Pont pour l'instant.
Oui, la route Roland-Pont, Victor Novembre.
Air France 2305, prévoyez 230 nœuds, 10 nautiques avant Omako.
230 nœuds, 10 nautiques avant Omako, Air France 2305, en France.
Delta 17, I call you back for further descent with the speed. Ouais.
Delta 17.
Styrian 871, contact De Gaulle 125.82, good day.
12582, good day, Styrian 871.
Fraction 6 Romeo Mike, descend level 70.
Descend level 70, fraction 6 Romeo Mike. Styrian 871, descending flight level 50.
Styrian 871, hello, radar left, 26 left.
26 left, Styrian 871.
Niveau 50.
À droite, un cap 240, interception log 26 gauche vers niveau 50, 50 Air France 1263.
Air France 2305, descendez 3000 pieds, 1026.
3000 pieds, 1026, Air France.
125 uniforme, vous pouvez nous donner le type du précédent?
125, j'ai de 160 knots.
160 knots, Styrian 871.
Austrian 411 uniform, descend 3000 feet, clear de 1000 pieds, 1026.
4000 pieds, altitude QNH 1026, Air France 1263.
Styrian 871, contact tower 120, decimal 9, au revoir.
120, 9, au revoir, Styrian 871. Tower, bonjour, Styrian 871.
Styrian 871, bonjour, 3 miles behind the Boeing 737, wind is calm.
Ils sont sur la ligne 26 droite et on attend.
Air France 1984, vent calme, piste 26 droite, autorisé décollage.
Autorisé décollage 26 droite, Air France 1984.
Air France 65 uniforme, maintenez avant la piste 26 droite au point d'arrêt Sierra 3.
Maintien avant la 26 droite, Sierra 3, Air France 125 uniforme.
500.
Delta Color Star 411 uniform, 26 left, good morning. Styrian 411 uniform, bonjour, 4 miles behind the regional jet, reduce minimum approach speed, wind is calm, clear to land, runway 26 left.
Roger, clear to land 26 left on 411 uniform.
minimums. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Uniforme, traversez la piste 26 droite, après la traversée, contactez le sol 121.8.
Traverse la 26 droite, de l'autre côté 121.8, Air France 125 uniforme. Bonne journée.
Aussi.
Voltour Air France 2305, bonjour, on est sur les zones 6 gauche.
Air France 2305, bonjour, le précédent à 321 en courte finale, le vent est calme, piste 26 gauche, autorisé atterrissage.
Autorisé atterrissage en 26 gauche, Air France 2305.
Air France 1984.
Bonjour, Styrian 871.
Styrian 871, bonjour, taxi left Tango, November, stand Golf 20.
Left Tango, November, Golf 20, Styrian 871.
France 125 uniforme, trafic 121-92, au revoir.
121-92, Air France 125 uniforme, au revoir.
Golf Oscar Papa Mike, bonjour, en Golf 22 pour rouler. Fox Golf Oscar Papa Mike, bonjour, roulez point d'arrêt 26 droite par Fox et Romeo. 26 droite, Fox Romeo, Fox Papa Mike.
Styrian 871 via Fox to November 2, confirm.
FM, and you hold on Fox November 2, Falcon 20 is going to taxi out of Golf 22.
Hold short of Fox November 2, Styrian 871.
France 1270, le sol nord 121.6, au revoir. 121.6, au revoir. Écoute, ouais, France 21.01. La 282, le sol 121.97, au revoir.
21.97, 282.
Austrian 401 uniform, bonjour, taxi left on Tango, November.
Taxi left on Tango and after November, Austrian 401 uniform, bonjour.
Cotam 10, 61, bonjour, sur les voies Fox. Cotam 10, 61, bonjour, à gauche sur Echo, point d'arrêt 26 droite. Gauche sur Echo, point d'arrêt 26 droite, Cotam 10, 61.
Good morning, Grand American 62 is going to Alpha 34, we're on Foxtrot.
American 62, bonjour, directly Alpha 34.
Air France Fox Tango, derrière un 319 Air France, le Fox Novembre 2 approuvé.
Derrière le 319 Air France, on a visuel le Fox Novembre 2, Air France Fox Tango.
Ground Air Canada 871 is Papa.
Air Canada 871, bonjour, I call you back for taxi.
They will hold short on the ramp, Air Canada 871.
France 524, vous passez avec le sol 2197, bonne journée.
2197, bonne journée monsieur.
Axis 858, le sol 12197, bonne journée.
Et sol 2197, Axis 100.
Air Canada 871 after an Airbus 319 Air France on your right, taxi via November, holding point 27 left.
November 27 left after Airbus Air France A321 from the right hand side.
Sol Air France 062, stop Papa, bonjour.
France 062, bonjour, suivez l'Air Canada par Novembre, point d'arrêt 27 gauche.
Air Canada, Novembre 27 gauche, Air France 62.
Seabird 307, hello, we're approaching Gulf West.
12197 over West 871, Evans 872.
American 120, contact ground 121.6, good day.
121.
Ground bonjour, Styrian 872.
Styrian 872, bonjour, taxi Whiskey 10, 26 right.
Whiskey 10, 26 right, Styrian 872.
Camer 071, veillez la tour 120, décimal 9, au revoir.
Again, English please, for Camera 071.
Camera 071, monitor tower 120, décimal 9, au revoir.
1209, thank you, good day, Camera 071.
France 1400, reprenez le roulage derrière le 757, Whisky 11, 26 droite.
On reprend le roulage, Whisky 11, 26 droite, Air France 1400.
France uniforme Mike, roulez Romeo Whisky 10, 26 droite.
Romeo Whisky 10, 26 droite, uniforme Mike.
CRJ 210, taxi Whisky 10 via Romeo, holding point 26 right.
Whisky 10 via Romeo, holding point 26 right, CRJ 210.
Golf Echo 5. France 594, bonjour, roulez point d'arrêt 26 droite par Echo à droite, Echo 5 Romeo Whisky 10. Echo 5 Romeo Whisky 10 pour la 26 droite à France 594. Terre 847, roulé par Papa Unité, vous maintiendrez sur Papa Unité, je vous rappelle. On roule par Papa Unité, on maintiendra sur Papa Unité. Un gauche-droite pour rejoindre Papa Unité, Whisky 11.
Ok, alors dès qu'on pourra, on fait gauche-droite pour rejoindre Papa Unité, Whisky 11, 524.
Good day, on Air 646 on taxiway Echo.
Air 646.
France uniforme Mike, vent 350 degrés wineux, piste 26 droite, autorisé décollage.
Autorisé décollage 26 droite, uniforme Mike.
CRJ 210, bonjour, from Whisky 10, line up runway 26 right and wait.
Whisky 10, line up and wait, runway 26 right, CRJ 210.
France 503, maintenez avant piste 26 droite au point d'arrêt Sierra 2.
On maintient à Sierra 2 avant de traverser Air France.
France 1400, contactez De Gaulle départ 133 décimal 37, au revoir.
133 37 1400, au revoir.
La tour, bonjour, Air France 2125, 6 nautique, finale 26 gauche.
Air France 2125, bonjour, 6 nautique quasiment avec le 767 précédent, le vent 350 degrés 8 nœuds, piste 26 gauche, autorisé atterrissage.
Autorisé atterrissage 26 gauche, 2127.
And up to 6 right and wait, Styrian 872.
France 524, bonjour de Whisky 11, alignez-vous piste 26 droite et attendez, numéro 2 au départ.
On s'aligne, on maintient 26 droite, Air France 524.
Air Algérie 1002, maintenez avant piste 26 droite, point d'arrêt Sierra 3.
Maintien avant 26 droite, point d'arrêt Sierra 3, Air Algérie 1002.
France uniforme Mike, contactez De Gaulle départ 133 décimal 37, au revoir.
137 uniforme Mike, au revoir.
Styrian 872, wind 350 degrees, 8 knots, runway 26 right, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 26 right, clear takeoff, Styrian 872.
Air France 511, bonjour.
Air France 511, bonjour, 4 nautiques derrière 130, l'atterrissage.
Atterri 26 gauche, Air France 511.
CRJ 210, contact De Gaulle departure 131 decimal 2, au revoir.
De Gaulle departure 1312, CRJ 210.
éloignez-vous piste 26 droite et attendez derrière.
Air France 460, bonjour, d'après le départ du 330, on s'aligne et on attend sur la 26 droite.
Air France 524, le vent 340 degrés 8 nœuds, piste 26 droite, autorisé décollage.
On décolle 26 droite, Air France 524.
131 decimal 2, Messier reverse, turn 872. Roger, Bushos, turn 872, 2800 for 100.
Styrian 872, bonjour, Bubli 1 Bravo, departure.
Bubli 1 Bravo, turn 872.
Contactez Bruxelles sur 125 décimal 0, au revoir.
50 1606, au revoir.
Rise Bushos, turn 872, 205, coming 260 inbound Bubli.
Styrian 872, bonjour, radar contact, proceed Bubli, Luval, Trasadingen and climb initially level 310.
310 Bubli, Luval, Trasadingen, turn 872.
Rasta de Bravo Foxtrot, India, sorry, bonjour, level 200. Bonjour, Hotel Bravo Foxtrot.
Montreal, Clinton, S16, turn 872.
Taxi exit number 3, holding point runway 3 for Fox.
Okay, via exit number 3, holding point 34 via Fox, 40.
Check. Minimums 100, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Next exit to the left via Delta lineup backtrack runway 34. Okay, next Delta, then backtrack 32, then 40.
Ja, das ist so stichprobenartig. Schaut es der Helium.
Plane 420, wind calm, runway 34, cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, runway 34, Plane 420.
Oscar, Yankee, landing time 05, Square Bravo, to April hangar, Servus. 5, Bravo, to the hangar, Servus.
Clear start left engine. That's a trust.
Tower, grüß Gott. Oscar Kilo Mike Hotel. Kilo Mike Hotel, grüß Gott, gell? Oscar Kilo Mike Hotel. Dorva at 3,400 feet. Request entering for landing information in received.
V1.
Oscar Mike Hotel, enter via Leibniz, car stop east of River Moor, maximum 3,000 feet, QNH 1022. Maximum 3,000 feet, QNH 1022. Leibniz, car stop east of River Moor, Oscar Mike Hotel.
Engage the autopilot.
Kilo Mike Alpha is ready. Just standby. Oscar Sierra November, wind calm, runway 35 center, clear to land.
Template outbound, Stockerer, 1 uniform.
151 Grad radar, Servus here, identified. Climb flight level 140.
Level 140, Styrian 151.
Check trust.
Trust is checked.
Speed 200 is set.
Checked.
Flaps 8.
Foxtrot Lima, short delay due to departure. Airbus departure on runway 17.
Roger, short delay on Echo Delta, Foxtrot Lima.
Fuel course runway is on auto, please debut, set it off. Ignition anti is off, cars is checked. Fast terrace is off and altimeters. Standard cap check is completed. Servus Wind Styrian 151, passing 160, clamping 260, course Stockerer.
Next Styrian 151, radar contact.
151.
CC 605, clamp loud, level 160.
Climbing flight level 160, CSC 605.
Lufthansa 98 Alpha, wind radar 13435, Servus.
Lufthansa 98 Alpha 13435, bye bye.
Yeah, Trust 552, report your heading Budapest radar 1332, goodbye.
changing 133.2, Budapest, CRJ-500. Bratislava radar, Austrian 7, good afternoon, 6 Austrian Academy. Flight level 320.
320? Level 320, Australian 151. 320, Australian.
This is Roger, Lufthansa 1, Foxtrot, flight level 330.
Lufthansa 1, Foxtrot, grüß Gott, radar contact.
Welcome on board of our CRJ-200 of Styrian Spirit on our flight today to Berlin. Short information, my name is Marco Milan, I'm the captain on this flight. My first officer, Mrs. Silvia Petric, is now assisting me on that leg. And we are now in our cruising altitude at 32,000 feet, which you can see here, which is equal to an altitude of 9,750 meters. We will shortly start our descent into Berlin. According to the latest airport information, we can expect the runway 08 left. We already set up our flight management system for the approach into Berlin. That's the expected arrival route, what you can say here. That's our initial approach fix, and from here on we will start our approach into Berlin for the runway 08 left, which is the landing runway today in Berlin. Now we are cleared by Rhine radar down to level 310. That means we are starting now our initial descent into Berlin.
310 is checked. Level 290 with a rate of 1500 on Austrian 151.
Now we are cleared for a further descent to level 290 with a descent rate with a vertical speed of at least 1,500 feet, which is displayed here and selected.
Berlin on 13105, danke sehr, Austrian 151. Styrian 151, passing level 311, descending to 90 on course local information India.
Okay, this will be a radar vectored ILS approach runway 08 left into Berlin. Tegel, the page is 11-1, effective from the 22nd of July 2005. The initial altitude is 3,000, we leave 3,000 feet at Linkbar intersection, which is 9.7 miles out of Tegel, to cross the auto marker at distance 5.1, 1,530 feet. And we're descending down to a minimum descent altitude of 310, 150 on the decision height as a backup. In the case of a missed approach, we climb on runway track to maximum 3,000 feet at distance 4 east of Tegel. VOR climb to 4,000, then turn left via Lima Whiskey Bravo VOR to Lanum. So initial climb is 3,000, pass distance 4 is 4,000. Now set up for the approach. Both active DRLS 109.1. Tegel is on DME hold. And the ADF required for the approach is the 392. It's the Romeo Whiskey locator, and both bearing pointers are selected, in this case to the VOR. Landing will be full flaps 45 to most probably to vacate via Romeo Echo, and we have to hold short before runway 08 right, and thereafter most probably over the bridge to the main from. Landing weight will be 17,500 kilos, rev speed 1 to 8. And go around speed flaps 8135. Any questions?
No, the speeds are already set.
Check. Selected our instrument landing system. That's the inbound course in blue needles. That's the ILS system. which is selected on our main nav display on the navigation aid number 1 and also on navigation aid number 2. We are still in the flight operation management and the flight management system, but shortly we'll change to conventional navigation for the final approach. So now what we did, we changed from the flight management system mode to the conventional navigation. That's displayed in green needles on the aircraft, and that's the final approach course for the instrument landing system member. Center fix on top, bitte. So just right now we are on the intercept heading for the ILS.
Styrian 151, turn right heading 050, cleared ILS, runway 08 left.
Right, heading 050, cleared ILS, 08 left, Styrian 151.
Okay, localizer for the inbound course of the ILS. And we are already cleared for the approach. That means we arm with the autopilot the localizer and the glide slope indication. That means the aircraft will then follow automatically as soon we capture the glide slope, also the glide slope to the runway, and will lead us down to the runway.
Capture is checked.
Now you can see the autopilot captured the localizer and the aircraft is turning through the runway now. And it's displayed here in green, that means it's captured. If it's white, it's armed. And as soon we capture the glide slope, you will see a change of the color, like right now. It's going into green. That means the autopilot has captured also the glide slope and gives the aircraft the selected descent to the runway. Flaps 8.
Flaps 8 set.
Right now we have selected our flaps, our landing flaps to 8 to reduce the speed for the landing.
This Styrian 151, cross cut, established ILS 08 left.
Hello, schönen Morgen, Styrian 151, tower number 1 Alpha 8 left, continue approach, call you.
Continue approach, danke, Styrian 151.
Flaps 10.
Yo, and after landing vacate via high-speed taxi Romeo Echo, bitte.
Via Romeo Echo, danke, Styrian 151. Oops. Flaps 20 set.
Now the flaps are selected to 20 and we are reducing to the speed of 170 knots.
Lufthansa 218, next right, Tango Echo, cross it right and connect ground on the 192, just.
Contact.
Lufthansa.
Here down.
218, right on Tango Echo, cruise to cross your right and 12192, ciao.
Styrian 151, wind 06 degrees 5 knots, clear to land 08 left.
Clear to land 08 left, Styrian 151. Flaps 30 set.
Flaps 45. Minimum speed is 128, plus 5 is 133.
Flaps 45 set.
And the landing checklist.
Ignition.
Off.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Fast reversers.
Armed.
Landing gear.
Down and green.
Flaps.
45.
Landing checklist completed.
Lufthansa 273 ILS 08 left.
273, hello, number 2, proceeding short final over the approach, let's call you.
Minimums. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Approaching 16.
Checked.
Styrian 151 via the high speed, Romeo Echo, cross runway 08 right, and after crossing ground 119 service.
Weiter High-Speed Romeo Echo, crossing 28 right, and thereafter 12192. Danke, Servus, Styrian 151.
Lufthansa 273, wind 070 degrees, 5 knots, clear line 08 left.
Lufthansa 273, clear the land, 8 left.
Scandinavian 4724, contact tower 12452, cheers.
12452 is now 4724, bye.
Legal ground, Schönen Tag, Lufthansa 273.
Lufthansa 273, schönen guten Tag, gate number 8, via the bridge.
Via the bridge, gate number 8, Lufthansa 273.
Today we are operating with one of our new CRJ-200. It's the Sazlburg Spirit. The Sazlburg Spirit is part of Styrian Spirit. It's a branding and it's an advertisement on the aircraft. And it's a brand new aircraft. It's about age of 7 months now. We received it in December. And now I will guide you through a walk around on the CRJ-200 after a landing before departure again. What we check here is the general condition of the air stair, the entrance door, if there's some damage on the cables or just general condition of the entrance door. What we check here is the AOAs for the free movement, if it's free moving. Here you can see the pitot tubes, the standby tubes, and the main tubes. That's the ice detection system. You have just to check if it's not anyway damaged by a bird strike or whatever. And that's a system where we generally get the information in the cockpit that there is ice. As soon as there's ice going on this part, it's vibrating, it shows in the cockpit an indication that there is ice at the aircraft. What we check here is the general condition of the forward part of the fuselage, if all the covers are closed. And what we check now is the nose gear. The left hand side of the nose gear, here you can see the conditions of the tires, if all the connectors are connected and if there is general damage on the nose wheel. Now we change to the other side. It's generally the same. What we can see here is our nose lights. That's the nose light. And also we check here that all these doors are probably closed. What we can see here is an indication what we also have in the flight deck. It's the oxygen bottle of the flight deck. You can check just the pressure, which is also displayed in the cockpit, but just on the pre-flight check, we check it also outside. Here you can see connected the external power. That's the electrical source from outside, which powers the aircraft on ground when the APU is shut off. Then the same on the right side, you can see the pitot tubes, the second ice indicator. And we check generally again the conditions of the nose wheel on the right hand side, condition of the tire, the connectors and the nose door. Then from this position we make a general overview of the fuselage if there's any damage on, like from a bird strike. What we check here is that's the discharge indication of the oxygen bottle. If it's green, that means the oxygen bottle has not discharged. If there's an overpressure in the oxygen bottle, we can see it here, it discharges and this green color will move out. Then here you can see the service door on the CRJ that's used for catering. When we get catering on the aircraft, this door will be opened and it will put into the aircraft inside here. So what we check is if it's proper closed from outside. Then we will check all our antennas. What you can see is all here along the lower fuselage, there are a lot of antennas on the aircraft. And we check their proper conditions, if they are damaged and how they look like. Here you see the refuel defuel panel. We already refueled the aircraft now. It's the computer. We have the same inside the cockpit. You can switch it on. And here you can pre-select the fuel. That's what we did before. We have now 4,300 kilos in the tanks. So here you can switch it off. And that's the fuel access here. The tanker connects the fuel and under high pressure it fills up the aircraft. Inside the wing, the landing lights to just check for proper condition if the glass is maybe damaged. And what we're now going is to go under the wing to check the main gear for its conditions. So what we check is the struts, the condition of the wheel, the doors, and if even there's a leakage of hydraulic fluid in the system and if the connectors are all connected. Then we check the proper condition of the wing, the forward part of the wing, if there's any damage again. Here it's the fueling from outside. If pressure refueling is not working, we can fill the aircraft up with the outside refueling just to check if it's closed. Here we check our navigation lights, if they are both burning in green on the right side. Then the proper condition of the winglet. The static discharges are to discharge if there should be a lightning strike, it discharges the electrical power or the load from the aircraft. If they are maybe damaged, we have to check. Then we check the rear part of the wing, conditions of the ailerons, condition of the spoilers, flight spoilers, and the condition of the flap. Then we move to the rear part of the main wheel. We check from behind again the condition of the wheel, the condition of the rubber, and here also we check the strut, if there's a leakage on the strut or any damage, and we check the conditions of the brakes. What we have indicators right here to check the condition of the brakes. So we have finished the right part of the main gear. At this position we just look up to the engines. We check from the lower part here the engine, the condition of the blades, if there's maybe a damage on the blade due to a bird strike, and the outer condition of the engine, if there is probably any damage to the outer condition. We move down here. If the covers are probably closed, how it should be, and it looks quite good. There you can see the APU outlet. If the APU is running now, it's shut down. The hot air of the APU, the exhaust is coming out here. And we check the rear part of the engine. At this position we turn around and check our right elevator. If there's any damage from, we can see below, like again from a bird strike, what's generally the main problem on a damage from outside. So it looks good. We check our rear antennas, our rear navigation and position lights on the tail and on the lower tail, and we check the elevator from below for any exterior damage. The same is on the left side of the aircraft. We check our left elevator for its conditions, the antennas and the rudder, and then we move to the engine and check the rear part of the engine. And we look up to the engine again for the conditions of the blades of the engine and the outside intake from the engine. And even it's good to have a look inside the baggage compartment. If there's anything, you can see inside the smoke detectors of the baggage compartment. So if we have any smoke, we have two different smoke detectors. We got the information on the cockpit, there is smoke, and we can extinguish if there is fire from inside. The same on the left side, we check the main gear for its condition, the wheel conditions, brakes indicators, and if there's any leakage for hydraulic fluid. But it looks good and the gear is in a very good condition. We move now to the left wing. We check again flaps. You can see import flaps from here to here, and we have the outboard flaps from here down here. Here again flight spoilers and spoilers and the aileron. It's the same like on the right side. And we check the winglet for its general condition if there's any damage to the winglet. What we do now is again we check our navigation lights on the left side. They are red. It's generally always the same. Right side is green and on the left side it's red. We check the forward part of the wing if there's any damage. And we check the forward part of the main landing gear now. Conditions of the wheel again, hydraulic leakage, and if the connectors are all connected. So what we did now generally was the outside check or the turnaround check on the CRJ-200, and it's finished, and now we walk into the cockpit and prepare the aircraft with the first officer in sight for its next flight to Graz.
08 red, danke, servus, Styrian 152.
Are you ready?
Ready?
Right, take off. Set trust.
Fast is set. 80.
Checked.
V1, rotate. Positive rate.
Yep. Speed enough. Engage the autopilot.
Autopilot engaged. Berlin departure service to Styrian 152. Contact 0 is checked.
Check trust.
Trust is checked.
Speed 200 is set. Flaps 8.
Flaps 8 set.
Flaps up.
Flaps up set.
Farm Lima Uniform Romeo Oscar Sierra.
Direct Luros, danke, Styrian 152.
Luros on top. Execute.
Plane departure is the 4585. Good afternoon, passing 1200 feet, climbing 4000
Fuel cost less than autopilot to debut, set it off, ignition off, anti-air
Good afternoon, Easy 4585, Berlin
Fast
departure,
reverse off and
identified flight level
altimeters.
70.
Standard cam check
Climbing
list is
70, Easy 4585.
Easy 4645, contact radar 123.22, goodbye.
123.22, easy 4645, just.
Checked.
Check first select.
Follower contact Wien on 127, wieder.
287, wieder an Styrian 152.
Dispatch von der ECO. Servus, wir brauchen noch 16 Minuten und
Min radar
zwei
contact
Augen
Styrian
kommen auf jeden Fall
152, level
wahrscheinlich sogar
250
2
inbound to ground, we are standing by follower.
Styrian 152, servus, wieder contact, I call.
Tschüss dabei.
Descent shortly.
152.
Back.
Okay, we are with Wien radar 287 and
Styrian 152, cleared flight level 130.
Level 130, Styrian 152.
Again?
Flieger geht gleich weiter nach Stuttgart, gell?
Ja.
600 Papa Tango, fly heading 180, radar back.
Yeah, could you say anytime ready for visual approach?
Styrian 152, anytime ready for visual.
Styrian 152, cleared visual approach, right hand circuit runway 35 via the outer marker.
Cleared visual approach, runway 35, right hand circuits via the outer marker, Styrian 152.
Good, radar, good start, fraction 1 Delta Echo, flight level 900 with a heading 070.
November Juliet Echo 1 Golf Echo, Graz, radar, good afternoon, you are identified. Descent flight level 70, continue present heading. It's a vector for ILS, runway 35.
Roger, present heading flight level 70 for vectoring ILS runway 35, fraction 1 Delta Echo.
Styrian 152, contact tower 118.2, servus.
Tower 82, danke, servus, Styrian 152.
Flaps 8.
Graz Tower, servus, to Styrian 152 on a visual for the runway 35.
Styrian 152, servus, 160 degrees, 4 knots.
Danke, 152.
Flaps 20. Gear down.
Oscar India Mike, ending time 30, taxi to airport. Hang on, please. Roger.
Flaps 30 set.
Oscar Victor Victor, rollen Sie bitte noch rechts auf die freie Parkposition, ich brauche den Alpha frei. Styrian 152, 180 degrees, 3 knots, runway 35, clear to land.
Clear to land 35, Styrian 152.
Landing checklist.
Ignition.
Off.
Anti-ice.
Off.
First reversers.
Armed.
Landing gear.
Down and green.
Flaps.
40.
Good, so, schönen Nachmittag aus dem 69er Papa Tango on the right base, visually 35.
From 600 Papa Tango, servus 190 degrees, 3 knots.
500.
Checked.
Checked.
Topspeed 01, startup approved.
Startup is approved, danke, Topspeed 01.
Minimums. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Styrian 152, continue to the end via Delta to the airborne service.
Delta Apron, danke, servus, Styrian 152.
Austrian 69 Papa Tango, 210 degrees, 4 knots, runway 35, clear to land.
16.
Good, land 35, 69 Papa Tango.
Topspeed 01, request taxi. Topspeed 01, stand by for taxi.